It's a beautiful brisk morning here in the farm. I thought I would come down and show you guys the herd. I've got my little shadow with me today. Since I'm home, he's with me. But yeah, so this is our herd here. We've got, I should probably know this, but I'm not sure how many we have right now. We've sold a couple and picked up a couple, and we have a lot. So here's our herd. This is I guess this isn't all of them. We've got, we're getting ready for foaling season here. We've got a couple due in a couple weeks. So we've started switching to our foaling area. So this is the majority of them, but I'll have to go show you the rest of them here at a different location. But this is our feed pad as well. It saves a lot of hay over the winter. We've been in the process of building it over the last couple of years here, but it's working really well for us now. This little one over here is Barberry. You've seen her in the woods. She's an imported European Brabant. She's been in the woods for 3 years now, so you've seen her. Who else I guess we'll just go down the line over here. This little one here is our youngest. I guess it should be on the other side so the sun's better for you. Our youngest, she's a coming yearling. I call her Baby Birch. She's a keeper filly. She's a sweetheart as well. This is her mom, Birch, hence Baby Birch and Birch. You've seen Birch in the woods. She's one of our working ponies as well. So we've got Birch and Baby Birch. Next here we have Rum. You've seen Rum in the woods as well. She's an imported European Brabant as well. Here's your girl. They're fuzzy ponies. Who else? This is Myrtle. She knows how to drive, but we just don't really use her a whole lot. She's an older mare, but she's a good horse. She's a little less friendly. We bought her a couple years ago, so she's not quite as friendly because she didn't grow up on our farm, being spoiled by us. But she's a good horse as well. This here. Watch out, ponies. This is Elm. She is an imported European Brabant as well. Oh, be nice, Rom. She works. She's been in the woods a couple of days this year. You might have seen him. I'm not sure if I posted any videos of her yet, but she's been in the woods some as well. And this one over here. This is Melier. She's a coming 2-year-old. Just a youngster. She has not been in the woods yet because she's just a baby. Yeah, she's just a baby, but she's a sweetheart and she's a looker. Huh, you're a looker. I'm not sure she can see anything. Hey, sweetheart. Yeah. We really like the way she's maturing. We like her mom too. Her mom's not here. She's a homebred. Farm bred foal. So but I'll show you her mom at another farm. This over here is Cookie. She is a homebred Gypsy Vanner. The Gypsies are draft horses. They're just smaller. They're fuzzy like the European Brabants, but they're just a fuzzy smaller horse, and they're also painted. As you can see, they come in all sorts of paint colors. Brabants, on the other hand, they are really unique in the draft horse world, that they come in pretty much every color you can get, except spotted. So they come in black, blue, roan, bay roan, sorrel, which would be that color there, sorrel, strawberry roan. They also come in gray. This here is a Percheron that has whited out, but she's gray, and the Brabants come in gray as well. So they're kind of unique in that fact that they come in any color. which is kind of fun. So you can have a field full of horses of basically every color you can get. It makes it a little hard to find a matching team sometimes, because the roans can vary so drastically in their color patterning as a roan, but they're still, you know, they're still fun and you can get them. This here is Sequoia. She's a grade Percheron. She was my very first horse that I bought myself, and kind of the start of this whole logging process and world that I'm a part of now in our breeding program. You will see her foal later. Her foal is Pinecone. You've seen her in some of the videos, the black one. She's a 50% Brabant than the mom's Percheron. So you'll see her later. And then this next horse is Chestnut. She is a imported European Brabant, and you've seen her in the videos working. You will see one of her foals, Ollie, later at the other farm that we have kept as a homebred filly. We really like what she produces, so we kept one of her fillies. This over here is a Gypsy Vanner. She's Jester. She's just a youngster. She's not bred this year. We will breed her this spring probably. Hi ponies. Most all of ours are super friendly. Yeah. This next one is Funfetti. She's a homebred gypsy as well. She was born on my wife's birthday, so she's her birthday twin. She is not spotted. She is just a strawberry roan, which isn't super common in the gypsy world. And then over there playing, we've got Oswald and Kubota Kitty. They follow us pretty much everywhere we go on the farm. And then over here is Lucky. She is kind of the oddball in our herd. She is spotted draft something cross mix. We bought her basically as a tease mare for our breeding program, so she's over-ectomized, so we can bring her in heat anytime we need to bring a horse in heat for breeding purposes, and then we can put her next to our dummy and collect the stallions using her as the tease mare, so we can keep our foals and mares away from the stallion. It makes it a little safer for all the horses involved to have a good tease mare. So that's what she's doing on the farm. But that's why she's kind of the oddball, because she's not really a breeding horse. But this is the herd here at this farm. We've got 4 more at another location right now that I'll show you later that are kind of the babies, the newest, earliest foaling horses. They're doing 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But that'd be them. And then we've got our boys are on the other side of the fence line here. I'll go over there and show you them here so you can see two of them. We've started moving the boys as well, but 2 of the Brabant boys are over here. So yeah, we're gonna step over the gate. And things are awful muddy here. We're in early spring, right after the winter thawed this last week. It's still frozen this morning, so it's kind of been going rainy, freezing thaw, freezing thawing. So it's not super pretty here right now, but things will green up. Next week's looking 60s and 70s, so by the end of next week it might be green. So I should probably redo the video then when it's actually pretty out, but this is what we have right now. This here is one of our young European Brabant stallions, Cairo. You've seen him in the woods as well. This is his first year working. He's a blue roan, but something about the Brabants that's kind of fun is twice a year they change colors if they're a roan. And right now he's in his spring shedding coat, so he's gone fully white, as you can see. Kind of, he's pretty much solid white now with the black mane and tail and legs. whereas normally he's a much darker blue. So that's the kind of fun thing about them. Now I feel like they do it more when they're younger. He's a coming 4-year-old, and the European Brabant is a slow maturing horse. Drafts are slower than light horses for sure, but I find the Brabants are even a little bit slower maybe. Until they're 6, they're really not fully grown. He's not going to get much higher. He's about 16.1. I would say at this point he's probably not going to grow height wise, but he's going to fill out a lot more. So he's still a little skinny for us, but he'll get much thicker. I'll show you our herd sire, our senior herd sire, just in a little bit here. He's much thicker, but it's kind of fun in this transition stage between their normal winter dark blue roan coat to their summer dark blue roan coat. This kind of fun middle white fuzzy. Now they do it whiter, I think, when they're young. Ash he's a little bit white, but not as white as these guys. But yeah, this is Cairo. He's a good boy. All right, we'll head out there and try to find our main guy. He's way out in the field. So here we're coming up to Ash. He's our herd sire, our senior herd sire. He's only 15.3, so he's a short little guy. You can find Brabants anywhere from 18 to, the mid 15s. Hey Ash man. He's much thicker. So we prefer short in our breeding program. Why do we have so many horses? We have so many horses because we have about 12 to 15 foals a year. You got hair in your mouth? The problem with spring on the farm is you get hair in your mouth all the time. He hasn't quite learned that it's just part of life yet. It's okay. So we have between 15 and 12 horse foals a year. So that's why we have so many horses. All right, I'm gonna take care of hair in mouth. I'll be back. All right, we got that hair out of the mouth. I don't even know what I was talking about. So yeah, we like our shorter. Most of our mares are about 16 hands, 16.1, somewhere right in that range. That's just what we are breeding for on our farm. So we like our stallions to be a little bit shorter as well. But just as thick. Most of our mares weigh 1,800 to 2,200 pounds, in that range. It's just a short but very thick horse, and very fuzzy horses. As you can see, he's got plenty of hair. But they're also a quiet breed. We like them because they're a friendly, a quiet breed. Very easy to work, very easy to ride. We ride and drive them, and take them to stuff and just scratch on them and play with them. And they're a pretty horse in the field as well. So really, they're pretty easy keepers overall. But that's Ash. He's a good boy. Pretty much a solid representation of what the breed shows. But yeah, I guess we'll go find the gypsy boys maybe. They're somewhere. So we keep all of our boys together. Normally we have 4 stallions living together most of the year. We find it works fine for us. They every once in a while are missing some fur and have some bends and bruises and scratches on them. But in general, out in the field. In general, we find that keeping the stallions together works well. It gives them something to hang out with and be sociable because they're social animals. Stallions also are a little bit different than mares in terms of their marking. So they poop in piles. So they have these massive piles these massive piles where they don't just randomly poop all through the field. They keep pooping in the same spot. And then they use it as like a territory thing. So one will poop and then one will smell it and the other one will poop there. So your stallion fields tend to have massive piles of poop all in one spot here and there, scattered throughout the field, which is just kind of an interesting trait about stallions over mares. But I guess it makes poop cleanup easy, except you have to clean it up instead of letting it just kind of fertilize the field. There's another poop pile. Of course, it had to be right in the middle of my gate. They couldn't do it out in the middle of the field somewhere. But that's how we do it. Well, we're here with the Gypsy boys. This here is Jack. He's a good boy. He's been our main Gypsy herd sire for the last bunch of years. And this one here, this is Boone. He's our new Gypsy herd sire because we have a bunch of Jack babies now, so we needed a different stud. So this is Boone. He's a good boy too. Yeah, they're both pretty sweet. They're just little guys. They're like 14. What are you guys? 14.2? Maybe 14.3, 14.2, somewhere in there. Normally all of our boys, the Brabants and the Gypsies, stay together, but we're in the transition of moving everybody from our winter fields down to our summer fields at different farms, spring fields. So these guys got moved first, and the other two will probably come over in a week or two. Well, we made it over to the other farm here. So this is our foaling farm. This is where we foal out the horses. It's closer to civilization. There's 3 vets that'll show up here, whereas none will come out to the other farm. So this is where we foal out just in case something goes wrong. This here is Bree. She's a Gypsy Banner. Hey, Elvin, no. She was my wife's first Gypsy. She's got a special place in our heart. She is the mom of Jester, the coming 3 or 4 year old that I showed earlier. So this is the mom of Jester. And then over here we've got Ollie. So this white one here, she is Olive. She is the daughter of the sorrel, so Chestnut, the chestnut colored chestnut mare. She's the daughter of her. She's a coming 4-year-old. This black one, this Bree chased away. This is Pinecone. This is Sequoia's daughter. Sequoia was the white Percheron, my very first horse. So this is her daughter, Pinecone. She's been in the woods with us this winter. This is her first year in the woods. She's doing really well. This here is Magnolia. She is an imported European Brabant as well. She's the mother to Melier, who was the little coming 2-year-old Blue Roan from earlier. We really like her a lot. You have seen her in the woods as well. Hey, be nice, pony. You've seen her in the woods as well. She's a good worker. Hi, Ollie. Ollie has slipped through the cracks. We had a lot of horses to train this year, so we never got her started yet. So this fall will be her first year working. So she's a little spoiled, a little fat, because she hasn't had to do anything this winter. Oh, Ollie. So yeah, that's our herd. You could go back and rewatch it and count how many head I named and showed you to know how many we have exactly, and you'll be ahead of me. But these girls are due, I think Ollie and Piney, those two are the first due, and they could be due any day now. Their due dates I think are in 2 weeks. But with horses you never really know exactly. But any day now. As you can see, it's shedding season as well. Kind of fun. So we feed all of our pregnant mares their last month or so of pregnancy plus through weaning, and as we are a pasture-based program, it can be hard to do that, but we have found using feed bags works really well. We can put each horse's specific feed by weight in their feed bag, and just chuck it on their head, and then they can run back out in the pasture. They can be around the horses that are not getting fed at that day, and they can't do anything about it. So we really like the feed bags. It just streamlines and simplifies the process of making sure each horse gets what they need, without having to worry about really waste, because they don't drop any because it's stuck in the feed bag around their head. And then, you know, once they're done, we just go grab all the feed bags off of them. But yeah, it works really well for us. So if you're a breeder and you need, or if you're feeding horses and with other horses and you only want certain ones to get certain things, try some feed bags.